Welcome to the fucking metaverse.
It's, being part of like Yuga will allow us to sort of like see this world through at a scale that just like would not have been possible before. And so to me, that's like super exciting. And I think there's so much similarity in the direction that I think we see things going and where we see true value and true interesting new opportunities.
I mean, I can't think of another Web3 company that's doing this, but you guys created the character Wagmi-san and created this whole narrative. We've been developing the character of Curtis the ape as sort of our primary, and then Blue the Coda. And it just kind of made sense. These are the three characters that I think of when I think of this space now. And New Tokyo as a location, I think belongs in other side to some extent because it has the same ethos, it has the same spirit, and it's like I can't promise that this is going to happen, but it's definitely my vision for it. Is like I want New Tokyo to be that first place you go to when you come into the other side. That's like that you're going and you're meeting Wagmi-san and he's introducing you to this new world.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's definitely. I think there needs to be more sort of like depth and sort of like story arc to this stuff. And I think you guys have always, obviously you guys have such a like strong like literary background that I think that's something that resonated with people right away with Bored Apes, that it's sort of like it has more sort of like depth to it and more sort of like background to it than just sort of like here's these generated images. And I think that to me is really exciting. And I think being able to sort of like think creatively about like how you could like have these things. It's super fun and super like rewarding, and there's just so many possibilities, and there's so few rules, it feels like, too, that it also feels like there's a lot of low-hanging fruit. Like there's a lot of things where it's like, oh man, nobody's tried this, nobody's tried that, like, and so I'm like super excited about it. And I think I know the whole team is like very, very pumped, and I think the community is obviously going to be, super jacked about this. And I think I'm excited to see where this sort of like goes from here now that this is kind of like, an official thing.